Am I correct in December that you voted against increasing the national public debt limit?
Yeah.
Why so? Explain your motivation.
Because we need to start living within our means the best we can. It's pretty simple.
And you also voted no on then the appropriations bill preceding that. Is that right? The omnibus appropriations bill.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And were they part and parcel? It was if you're going to vote no on one, you're going to vote no.
No, not necessarily. Increasing the debt ceiling is something that had been done throughout the prior years. Just continually increasing how much money you're going to charge on the sort of the national credit card, if you will. I don't get to do that at home. We're limited pretty closely at what we get to spend at home. Now, governments aren't homes. We understand that they have responsibilities that they have to do, but we have to look more closely at things we can do more efficiently. Governments have responsibilities that they have to do. Obviously, a transportation system, obviously national defense, an education system, an energy system. All those things we are responsible for. But where can we do things more efficiently? And that's what we have to start looking at. And that's what we've been about, certainly as Blue Dogs.
One congressional candidate who met with us recently, he blasted. I don't know how else to describe it. Sure. Representative Kanjorski for his apparent non-support of your ambitions to be on the House appropriations.
Right.
And claimed that vote was detrimental to the region. Do you concur with that line of thinking?
I would like to understand Mr. Kanjorski's vote in that manner. We know what Mr. Flood was able to do and Mr. McDade were able to do for the region, and to have somebody on the appropriation seat, I think is a net plus for the region. That doesn't mean I'm going to still fight for our federal funding. Don't worry about that. And we've been pretty successful as well. But I would just reiterate, I would really like to understand his vote on that.
Have you had that conversation? Do you anticipate having that conversation?
At some point.
Last year, I believe it was, you voted yes on student aid program modifications. And,
yep.
And I'm assuming that's despite the possible negative effects to Sallie Mae, which is here in the region. So what's the difference between...
Well,
that would have been helpful to the region, I guess is my point.
No, certainly. On balance, the net positive for students in the nation is very great compared to the net detriment to the area, or to Sallie Mae, for example. It's not job loss that we're looking at as much as not picking up additional programs. So on balance, what helps families send their kids to college? What expands the amount of resources available to struggling families who want their kids to have a chance? So that's what you have to weigh when you're making these decisions.
And on the issue of jobs, where do you think we go next? What does the federal government do?
Yeah. As a member of the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee, it is my recommendation to everybody that we start fixing the transportation system in this country. We are basically a year behind the federal highway bill. It's already written in the House. We've had that bill in place for almost a year now. The bill itself is written. It's on the Senate side that we're waiting to move that along. And frankly, I anticipate sometime by the summer, maybe late summer, that we start getting the highway bill moving through as well. That in itself is important because what it enables to do, remember, this is a 5-year bill. It does the spending out for 5 years. So this enables states to start doing the contracting, to go out and hire the people they need to do the jobs, to build more roads, repair more roads, to construct or fix bridges, and everything else that's ancillary to all of that. So that's a stimulus package right there, as far as I'm concerned. Plus, it has the added benefit of making our transportation system more efficient. We can help build more efficiencies into the whole transportation network, and you get a nice return on that investment as well. So, as far as jobs go, I think that's important. Also, I mentioned this before, I think we need to take advantage of the green technology opportunities that we have. And given the massive tax credits that the energy bill had, that does that. It takes a lot of the pressure off startups who want to get in green energy and helps them have the resources initially to do that sort of thing. So I think we want to focus there. Obviously, the defense industry has a fairly significant footprint in Northeast Pennsylvania. And given the global war on terror, something I'm very, very familiar with, we will have need for those businesses and those jobs to stay here as well.